Imagine this. You've just crossed the threshold into the heart of the Amazon rainforest, a place where the air hangs heavy with humidity and the canopy above forms an impenetrable green dome that blocks out much of the sun's light. The ground beneath your feet is a spongy carpet of fallen leaves, moss, and decaying vegetation, muffling your every step. Water drips incessantly from the branches high above, like a perpetual rain that never quite reaches the forest floor. The silence is profound, broken only by the occasional distant call of a howler monkey or the rustle of unseen creatures scurrying through the underbrush. It's a world teeming with life, yet shrouded in an eerie quiet that makes your skin prickle with anticipation. Or is it fear? As you push deeper, navigating through tangled vines and towering trees that seem to stretch endlessly toward the sky, you sense something, a faint rustle, barely audible over the drip-drip of moisture. Your flashlight beam cuts through the gloom, illuminating the shadows. And there it is, movement. Not the scamper of a rodent or the slither of a snake, but something more deliberate, more predatory. This is no ordinary arachnid skulking in a web. This is the Brazilian wandering spider, Phenutria genus, specifically species like Phenutria nigriventer and Phenutria fera, a creature that has earned its place among the most feared and fascinating inhabitants of this ancient jungle. Often hailed as one of the most dangerous spiders on the planet, its reputation precedes it, blending myth, science, and sheer terror into a narrative that's as captivating as it is chilling. To truly understand this spider, we must delve into its origins and classification. Taxonomically, the Brazilian wandering spider belongs to the kingdom Animalia, phylum Arthropoda, class Arachnida, order Araneae, and family Ctenidae. The genus Phenutria, derived from the Greek word for murderous, includes 8 species, with P. nigriventer being the most notorious for human encounters. First described by German arachnologist Eugen von Kieserling in 1891, these spiders have been the subject of scientific scrutiny for over a century. They are not small. Adults can reach a body length of up to 5 centimeters, about 2 inches, with leg spans extending to 15 to 18 centimeters, 6 to 7 inches, making them one of the larger arachnids in the region. Their bodies are covered in dense brown hairs that give them a fuzzy appearance, often with reddish or yellowish markings on the abdomen and legs. The cheliceres, fangs, are robust, capable of delivering a potent bite, and their 8 eyes are arranged in a pattern typical of hunting spiders, 2 large forward-facing eyes for keen vision, flanked by smaller ones. Unlike the stereotypical spider that spins intricate webs to ensnare prey, the Brazilian wandering spider is a nomadic hunter, embodying the essence of a true predator. It doesn't rely on passive traps. Instead, it actively prowls the forest floor, climbing trees, and even venturing into human habitats under the cover of darkness. This wandering behavior is what gives it its common name, and it's particularly active at night, when the Amazon comes alive with nocturnal activity. During the day, it seeks refuge in dark, moist crevices, under logs, in leaf litter, or infamously within bunches of bananas, which has earned it the alternative moniker banana spider. This habit of hiding in fruit shipments has led to its accidental exportation to distant lands, turning it into an unwitting global traveler. The Amazon rainforest, spanning over 5.5 million square kilometers across 9 countries, with Brazil claiming the largest share, provides the perfect habitat for this spider. It's a biodiversity hotspot, home to over 3 million insect species alone, and the wandering spider thrives in its warm, humid lowlands, from sea level up to elevations of about 1,000 meters. Native to South America, its range includes Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay, Argentina, and parts of Peru, Colombia, and Venezuela. In the dense understory of the rainforest, where sunlight barely penetrates, these spiders navigate with agility, using their sensitive leg hairs to detect vibrations and their acute vision to spot prey.
They hunt a variety of insects, small vertebrates like frogs and lizards, and even other spiders, pouncing with lightning speed and injecting venom to subdue their victims. Reproduction in these spiders is a dramatic affair, fraught with risk for the males. Females are typically larger and more aggressive than males, a common trait in many spider species known as sexual dimorphism. Courtship begins with the male approaching cautiously, often performing a dance involving rhythmic leg movements and palp vibrations to signal his intentions and avoid being mistaken for prey. If successful, mating occurs, but the female may turn cannibalistic post-copulation, a behavior that ensures she gains nutrients for egg production. Males sometimes engage in fierce combats for mating rights, using their fangs and legs in ritual battles. After mating, the female stores sperm in a specialized organ called the spermatheca until she's ready to fertilize her eggs. She can lay up to 1,000 eggs in a single silk sac, which she guards vigilantly. Interestingly, studies have shown that females carrying egg sacs produce slightly more potent venom, perhaps as an evolutionary adaptation to protect their offspring. But it's the venom that truly sets the Brazilian wandering spider apart, elevating it from mere curiosity to a medical marvel in menace. This venom is a complex cocktail of over 40 bioactive compounds, including neurotoxins, peptides, and enzymes, designed to immobilize prey quickly. The primary toxins are from the Phenutria genus, Phenutria 1 through Phenutria 4, with Phenutria 3 being a broad-spectrum calcium channel blocker that disrupts neurotransmitter release, leading to paralysis. Phenutria 2, particularly potent in primates like humans, targets sodium channels, causing hyperexcitability in nerves and muscles. The venom's LD50, lethal dose for 50% of test subjects, varies by sex and season. For female spiders, it's roughly 0.63 milligrams per kilogram in mice, while males have a higher LD50 of 1.57 milligrams per kilogram, indicating less potency. Females produce more venom overall, with an average yield of 1.25 milligrams per milking, dropping to 0.4 milligrams in winter.
When this venom enters a human body, typically through a defensive bite, as these spiders are not inherently aggressive toward large animals, the effects can be swift and severe. The bite itself might feel like a sharp pinprick, but within minutes, intense pain radiates from the site, often described as burning or throbbing. This pain is mediated by the venom's action on serotonin 5-HT4 receptors in sensory nerves, triggering the release of neuropeptides like substance P, which amplify inflammation and nociception. Systemic symptoms follow rapidly: profuse sweating, diaphoresis, excessive salivation, sialomia, blurred or double vision, diplopia, nausea, vomiting, and gastrointestinal distress. Cardiovascular effects include irregular heartbeat, either tachycardia, rapid heart rate, or bradycardia, slowed, hypertension or hypotension, leading to potential cardiogenic shock or acute pulmonary edema. Muscle involvement manifests as tremors, spasms, cramps, and rigidity, progressing to paralysis in severe cases. Respiratory distress arises from diaphragmatic paralysis, making breathing labored and potentially leading to asphyxiation if untreated. One of the most infamous and peculiar symptoms, particularly in adult males, is priapism, a painful, prolonged erection that can last for hours, caused by the toxin's interference with nitric oxide pathways and smooth muscle relaxation in the corpus cavernosum. While this might sound comical in isolation, it's excruciating and can lead to permanent damage, including impotence if not addressed. In children, the elderly, or those with pre-existing conditions, the bite can escalate to convulsions, coma, and death. However, not all bites are envenomating. Up to 30 to 50% are dry bites with no venom injected, a strategy to conserve resources. Historically, bites from these spiders were more feared due to limited medical access. From 1925 to 1945 in Brazil, 415 cases were recorded, with 400 requiring antivenom, highlighting the prevalence in urban and rural areas. Today, in Brazil alone, around 4,000 bites from Phenotria nigriventa are reported annually, but only 0.5 to 2.3% are severe enough to need antivenom. Fatalities are rare, fewer than 20 confirmed deaths over the past century, mostly pre-1950s before effective antivenom was developed by institutions like the Butantan Institute in Sao Paulo. Antivenom, produced by immunizing horses with spider venom, neutralizes the toxins effectively if administered promptly, often within hours of the bite. Supportive care includes pain management with analgesics, benzodiazepines for spasms, and monitoring for cardiovascular complications.
The spider's association with bananas has spawned numerous sensational stories. In 2014, an Essex woman in the UK discovered eggs of a Brazilian wandering spider on her supermarket bananas, leading to advice to burn contaminated items. That same year, a London family fled their home after finding a live specimen in a waitress delivery, prompting fumigation. In 2005, a man in Bridgewater, England, was bitten by one hidden in bananas, suffering severe symptoms but surviving with treatment. A German supermarket was evacuated in 2017 over a similar find. More dramatically, in 2023, reports emerged of spiders in Austrian banana shipments, causing temporary closures. These incidents underscore the risks of global trade. While rare, they fuel urban legends of deadly spiders lurking in produce aisles. Indigenous peoples of the Amazon, like the Yanomami, Kayapo, and Ashaninka tribes, have long woven tales around this spider, viewing it as a symbol of danger and respect. In some folklore, it's seen as a guardian spirit of the forest, punishing those who disrespect nature. Stories passed down orally describe warriors bitten during hunts, experiencing visions or prolonged agony as tests of endurance. The spider's nocturnal habits tie into myths of night demons or shapeshifters that wander the jungle, blending fear with reverence for the ecosystem's balance. Elders warn of checking footwear and bedding, a practice rooted in real encounters where spiders invade huts. These narratives highlight the cultural interplay between humans and wildlife in the Amazon, where the spider is both a peril and a part of the intricate web of life. Yet amid the terror lies an astonishing redemption, the venom's therapeutic potential. What nature designed as a weapon is now harnessed by science for healing. The peptide TX26, PNTX26, from P. nigriventer venom induces priapism by boosting nitric oxide, NO, production and activating the NO-cGMP pathway, mimicking but surpassing drugs like Viagra, sildenafil, which inhibit PDE5. Unlike oral pills, which can fail in 30 to 40% of cases due to diabetes, hypertension, or age, venom-derived compounds offer alternatives. Researchers at the Federal University of Minas Gerais in Brazil isolated TX26 in the 1990s, leading to synthetic analogs like PNPPN19 and BZ371A. By 2023, BioZoo's biopharmaceutical developed a topical gel from these peptides, showing promise in animal models for restoring erectile function without systemic side effects. Phase 1 human trials, approved in 2023, confirmed safety, with erections induced in healthy volunteers. By 2026, Phase 2 trials are underway, targeting patients unresponsive to PDE5 inhibitors. A 2025 study in Frontiers in Molecular Biosciences reported over 4,000 annual bites, but emphasized venom's role in drug discovery. Live Science and Euronews highlighted the gel's potential, with interesting engineering noting its rapid onset, erections in minutes via topical application. Further research explores Phinotria 3X for neurological disorders, blocking calcium channels to treat epilepsy or chronic pain. The venom's anti-inflammatory properties are studied for arthritis, and its antimicrobial peptides for antibiotics. This duality, poison to panacea, mirrors the Amazon itself, a source of peril and promise. Expanding our gaze, the Amazon harbors myriad dangers beyond this spider. Venomous snakes like the bushmaster, Lasius muta, with hemotoxic bites causing tissue necrosis, electric eels delivering shocks up to 600 volts, piranhas that in frenzies can strip flesh, and kangaroo fish, mythically invading orifices. Insects abound, bullet ants with stings like gunshot wounds, assassin bugs transmitting Chagas disease. Jaguars prowl as apex predators, while caimans lurk in rivers. Diseases like malaria, dengue, and leishmaniasis add invisible threats. Deforestation, illegal mining, and climate change exacerbate risks, displacing wildlife into human areas. Indigenous stories enrich this tapestry. The Yanomami speak of forest spirits, embodying creatures like the wandering spider, teaching humility. Kayapo myths depict spiders as weavers of fate, their venom a metaphor for life's pains yielding wisdom. These tales, preserved through generations, underscore coexistence with nature's hazards. Personal encounters amplify the lore. In 2008, British chef Matthew Stevens was bitten twice by a wandering spider in his kitchen, imported through bananas. He described excruciating pain, swelling, and hallucinations, recovering after hospital treatment. A 23-year-old Sao Paulo worker bitten in 1926 experienced chest pain, dizziness, and priapism, treated primitively but surviving. A 52-year-old man in recent reports suffered agitation, hypertension, and tremors, highlighting urban risks. Conservation-wise, while not endangered, habitat loss threatens the spider. Deforestation rates hit 2.2 million hectares annually by 2025, per NPE data, fragmenting populations. As a predator, it controls insect numbers, vital for ecosystem health. Efforts by WWF and indigenous groups aim to protect the Amazon, indirectly benefiting species like this. In conclusion, the Brazilian wandering spider encapsulates the Amazon's enigma, a tiny assassin challenging human hubris, yet offering medical breakthroughs. From its taxonomy to toxins, behaviors to benefits, it's a testament to nature's complexity. I am Mujahid, and you're watching Dark Secrets of the World. If you crave more chilling revelations from the Amazon, snakes, mythical beasts, lost tribes, hit like, subscribe, and comment. Would you brave this jumble shadows?